Are you thinking about selling your house? Here's how to know if you should work with an investor or if you should hire a real estate agent to sell your house here in Tucson. Hi, my name's Karl Krenzel. I'm the broker over here at KarlBuysHouses. And the real estate industry is undergoing a lot of fundamental changes. And I believe that this will really benefit the home sellers. Today, not only can you list your home in Tucson with a real estate agent, but you can also work with real estate investors who are able to buy your property quickly and directly. Just like anything, there are pros and cons to each side of it. And by providing the seller with options, my team over here at KarlBuysHouses is able to help property owners here in Tucson, just like you, effectively sell their property, no matter the situation, the condition, or even the location of their property. Let's talk a little bit more about that. So why would you want to work with a Tucson real estate agent? Well, when you're working with a Tucson real estate agent, that potentially is going to help you get the highest potential price for your property. You know, a traditional sale will usually take a little while. So sellers need to be aware that there's going to be holding costs and other expenses that they're going to face while their home is on the market. And as long as the seller doesn't mind those upfront costs and the potential waiting, well, listing their home can actually be a very good option. Now, who's it for? Well, people want to get the highest price possible. Well, they shouldn't mind making repairs to their house and staging or showing it or waiting an unknown period of time. You know, in exchange for this higher sales price, people selling in with a Tucson real estate agent should be prepared to pay anywhere between 4 to 7% in commissions and another 2% in closing costs. Now remember, commissions are 100% negotiable. But remember, there's going to be closing costs that you're going to pay, and potentially the buyer is going to ask you to pay theirs as well. Next, why would you want to work with a local property buyer like KarlBuysHouses? For those who need to sell quickly or before a specific time, working with somebody to buy your house directly will likely be the best way to go. Listing your house here in Tucson comes with no guarantees, and when you sell your house directly to KarlBuysHouses, you'll be able to liquidate your property quickly without any cost whatsoever. You'll not have to pay any commissions. There are not going to be any continued holding costs. There'll be no listing fees, not even closing costs. And even, the flip side is that I don't really pay full retail. But when you factor in all the time, the money, and the stress that you're going to save, well, both options can prove to be pretty similar from a financial perspective. My team can specifically help those who are dealing with probate, tax problems, liens, code violations, foreclosure, or even bad tenants. For sellers who are in these sorts of situations, a convenient and a cost-free sale can be the solution that you've been waiting for. So what do the numbers say? Well, when it comes down to it, listing a house is likely going to bring in more cash. However, there are a lot of costs up front that sellers will face and that you do need to be made aware of. Often when you're listing your house with a Tucson real estate agent, you're going to have to do a couple things. First, you're going to have to spend time and money on the repairs to get the house ready for the multiple listing service. Next, you're probably going to have to make some upgrades so that the house is competitive with the others on the market. I mean, you've not been living in a sale-ready house. You're going to have to pay continued holding costs for things like taxes, HOA fees, homeowners insurance, utility bills, and even routine maintenance when the air conditioner compressor falls out. I mean, all these things. And of course, when the house sells, you'll still be on the hook for the commission as well as any agreed closing costs or repairs that you've agreed to. Selling your house directly here in Tucson to somebody like me won't cost you anything either upfront or after the sale. And this can mean the difference between spending thousands of dollars or keeping that cash where it belongs, in your pocket. Your time commitment. This is something to consider that a lot of folks don't think about. In addition to the cash up front, listing with a Tucson real estate agent will also cost you your time. You'll be required to keep the house clean for property showings, which will occasionally happen at last minute. And if you're using a for sale by owner listing, you're going to need to be prepared to screen the calls, answer the questions, and make yourself available to show the property. You'll also have to spend a good amount of time marketing the property to make sure that it's seen by the best potential buyers. With a direct sale to Karl Buys Houses, you won't have to spend any time on the sale of your house. I'll make an offer on you and then leave the rest up to you. If you decide to sell, well, I can close in just a few short days. Take what you want from the property, leave the rest behind. I'll handle the paperwork, your unwanted items, and any repairs that are needed for your property. Listen, when it comes down to it, both selling methods have their pros and their cons. And as a home seller here in Tucson, it's important that you run the numbers for yourself to decide for your specific property and your specific situation before you commit to a selling method. If you have questions about how to sell your property here in Tucson, well, feel free to give me a call. My team here is always ready to help you. 520-403-6227 is my number. If you're uncertain if you should work with an investor or hire a real estate agent, well, get the skinny from both sides of the side, right? I can help you with that. 520-403-6227. Call me today or use the form below and tell me about your property. I look forward to seeing you soon. And as always, have a powerful sales day. Bye-bye.